Metoksham Rirabin Shinin Padi Sangye Shinu Minte Uwardi Jokunam Dakshina Chuparshok Ilam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Yatayami Sangye Chidam Soki Choknamla Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kyatsuchi Dagi Chenyen Gipe Sanamki Dola Benchir Sangye Druparsho Sangye Chidam Soki Choknamla Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kyatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sanamki Dola Benchir Sangye Druparsho Sangye Chidam Soki Chonamla Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kyatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sanamki Dola Benchir Sangye Druparsho. How the batteries doing over there?
2.
Okay.
Pretty good, Nick.
I use going nowadays.
How about you?
Should I do the homework things? The homework thing?
Waiting for you.
So why batteries asking?
Script to worry about it. Oops.
Answer.
Yeah, I
Hide the
know.
answer. Hide it.
Everybody close your eyes.
Hide the answer.
Let's see what that does. No, it's maybe.
It's okay. Is this gonna work?
That's gonna work. Yeah, it is. Oh, maybe it's gonna make the screen a little bigger.
Totally. What is this?
This is the easy one. Yeah.
It was cool. I remember that it was cool.
It was cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, something searching, I remember.
Oh man, was it believing reasons I don't know.
Come on, Gama, you're always so quiet back there. I know you know everything.
Man, it was something good. Hints?
5. Oh, okay. It has to do with. So I said whether or not. Could that be a hint? Whether or not something is. Whether
You're just
or
repeating
not
words we already
whether
have.
or not something is the perfection of wisdom. If something is something or something isn't something, then maybe it isn't.
This is I actually can read English.
Yeah, maybe if something. No, I know. I'm trying to give you a hint. I'm trying to give you a hint.
Not the perfection of wisdom if.
That was pretty good. You're totally close. You're like so close.
That's where the Buddha taught without words.
Yeah. If something is
my lassie.
a certain kind of proof, then it either is or isn't the perfection of wisdom. If something's not something else, then it is or isn't the perfection. I'll just show you the answer.
The proof which relies on its own.
If you examine things and say that physical matter never started, then you're in the perfection of wisdom. But if you do say that there does exist the absence of the starting of physical matter, that's not perfection of wisdom. So if you say,
How did you just hint to that?
well, because I was just trying to say,
Something's not.
if something's not, or if something is,
Right.
that's how I hinted to it. It would have only triggered it if it was like close in your mind.
What if you do say that you're just...
Physical matter never started. You're asserting that there's a negative, that's perfection of wisdom. If you're saying that there's a positive thing that isn't,
If you're saying the absence
If you're-
exists, then you're not in the
then you're not in the perfection of
That's
wisdom.
rad.
That's it. And that's super cool.
neat.
Thank you,
That's
Gyaltsab
neat
J.
and deep. And that makes me rub my head in a hole.
Next. Name. So we only did like 3 lines of the text last time. So. No, not because
That's
of
true.
name any.
It is true. It's kind of embarrassing.
So it's hard for me to come up with questions, but name any 2 of the reasons.
What
that,
color was the screen?
Yeah, I was kind of going to go there. But name any 2 of the reasons that Gyaltsab J lists that determine the difference between the consequence and independent branches of the Middle School. I suppose we can all get at least one.
The independent branch people are stupid.
No, don't.
allowed to take a position.
Whoa!
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Right.
Anybody else? Come on, Sue Geiger.
Can you have your own position?
That's what she just said. Yeah.
Apperception.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's it. Those are two that I. Do they accept apperception and does the school take a position
And there
basically?
was something about
That's the logic
That's
word
Buddha.
from itself.
Yeah, and then the self-powered reasons. Yeah, there's a lot.
It's not-
has Buddha wisdom in his mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
This is the
Whoa, you guys are freaking
You
hot.
guys are hot.
$20 for everyone.
Was it just the school?
Yeah,
team?
Nick Spain.
Yeah.
Is this also where they
You have
go
the plane,
common
right?
ground, Nick?
I do. Yeah.
But not
Is
the
this also
wallet.
where you have
I can't hear.
about common ground?
Common ground. No, that was from something else.
No,
There
that's
wasn't one
correct.
of these? I
She's
think
correct.
Was that one of the 8?
About
The
Chechen.
protective
Yeah.
side.
That's good. I
I'll look at the. Maybe
One's gonna.
I didn't write
He
them all.
missed it.
he did.
Counselor Jim
Okay.
missed it.
And
That's
There you
true.
go.
That's the first one I
accept
got.
that the Buddha has wisdom in her mind.
Yeah, somebody said that.
Oh.
I think he said it. Well, I put down these two. Generally speaking, do they accept the reasons have their own power? Is it even possible? This is the two that I thought we would get. So.
Well, I thought it was just the last two of the list that were the differences between.
No, the whole
No,
list are the
The whole list
differences.
is the difference?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it
The
today.
whole
Yeah.
list are the questions.
We're gonna
Okay.
talk about it today.
And since I didn't cover much last time, I made the third question a Tibetan question with a little bit of what is Rangrik and what does it mean?
Come
What is
on,
the English
that's
translation?
too easy.
Yeah, I know, but okay. So this question is not for those of you those of you who know that I
This
know
is
that you
for
know
the
it.
Dharma.
What if you challenge people to do it without
This is for
using
the
a
dharmas.
waiter, a word that doesn't work on a waiter?
Oh, that's an interesting challenge as well. Yeah.
That would
Give-
not work on a waiter.
Give me a
that's
word
what
that
I'm
would work on a waiter. I like it.
saying.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the challenge.
pretty-
If your name is Word or Ben
Seeing
or
yourself without a mirror.
see yourself without a mirror.
That's
I
Can
don't
your
know if
mind,
it's the exact name. though.
can
What?
your mind watch itself?
Can the mind watch
Seeing
itself?
your eyes without a mirror.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
And I might add in the same moment.
In the same
In a
moment.
single moment.
So I put it in Tibetan letters because I thought it'd be fun because it was fun last time.
How long is the moment?
You guys ready?
Wait.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, ha.
Haha.
Mine not very well.
What's this?
The answer.
That's misspelled.
Rickmore. Is it?
Yeah, it's no S.
I knew that. No, I think that's how it
He
was.
misspelled it.
It was. Yeah, it was that way in the text.
He
Right,
misspelled
right.
it.
Okay.
Rickmore. It's a weird expression. Okay, here it is. A mind operating logically.
Guard.
Did I say that?
No, you said.
I
I don't think. You know, to be honest. To be honest,
No,
like.
if I said that, maybe it wasn't spelled wrong.
Oh,
Normally, Rignor means to the mind.
to the mind.
Oh, it's mine's face.
Lola.
Oh.
I don't know. We'll have to go look at the
Oh,
use of
sorry.
it.
So that raises
It could
a
be
question.
a Rix. I don't know.
Yeah. It also could be that he spelled it wrong, and I was trying to make sense based on the little notes that I had, and like.
Well, you
Use
better
the
go
S.
look at it.
It
Okay.
is with a song, at least in this text.
While Geshe-la looks at that, you guys tell me what's Kedu
Joe.
Joke. Kedu Joke. Yeah, Kedu Joke.
Oh, it looks like he wants to spell it with an S.
Uh-huh.
So that would mean to the logic of the mind or something.
Yeah.
Established in many different ways? Or established by words?
Establish a difference.
The
Yeah, it's pretty close, but establish a difference. Oh yeah,
Ooh, that's a hard one.
go.
By the way, no Tibetan would ever do that without a shake.
I know. I knew you were gonna say it.
Okay, okay.
And Ben can vouch for me. I was wrestling with my Wiley and the fonts, and
Just cut and paste from the Rigmore.
Ha ha ha.
well, I could have.
Oh,
Yeah, I could have just put it in Roman characters, but you guys know it?
No.
Anyone? No. Okay, it means debate. It's just I guess it's an old word for debate or something.
Yeah, Gulwa means to argue,
To argue.
like even with your
That's
wife.
what we never-
But
No, that's
it came to be a word for debate. And the most famous usage is Ngagul and Chigul. Ngagul and Chigul.
Our position and their position?
Yeah, Ngagul is our side. Chigul is the other guy's side. It means previous debater and later debater. but it's always the word used for me against you in a debate. The person who starts the debate is the Nago. And the person who responds, the respondent is the Chugo. And it's very, very famous.
Chugo.
Okay.
Cheer. Cheer?
Yeah. Chigo.
Chi.
Chigo.
Later. Like that shot.
Later. Chigo. Nago, Chigo.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. So number 4. Do we have the same perception of the object, common ground? Is it even possible to have a chuchen that is the same object? Cool.
Yeah.
You can take the plane, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, what are we looking at, Lama?
Um,
No, from you. Yeah.
You may have to let go of the plane, Rick.
No, it doesn't work like that.
He's got
Guess I can take
strong
control.
arming out of
you know, I remember Rinpoche spending a long time on this. And then Geltabje just threw it, as we said, it's kind of a non sequitur.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
He just
right.
threw it into his book. He said, by the way, there's 10 differences between the two middle way schools. Okay? And he just goes off on it. And I think it was on his mind. And I think he really wanted it to be in there. And it's an extremely important subject. It's maybe more important than the text. You see? So I think we should have a really healthy appendix. And it's kind of what he did.
Yeah.
You see? And he was, now I know, I studied it. He was working on it. And it was on his mind. And so he put it in there.
Yeah.
And I think it would make your book 10 times more attractive to the general public. I mean, the people who know about Buddhism. If your book had a very strong appendix devoted to these 8, I think it'd be very attractive to people who know about Buddhism. You know, if they had a clear explanation of the difference between the two Madhyamika schools. Because that's really the big difference between all the schools. You know, what makes you higher middle way? What makes you lower middle way? What's the difference? What are the beliefs that separate them? Okay?
Yeah.
So I got this inspiration to put a really healthy appendix in your book. And so if you don't mind, I'd like to go off on a tangent.
Definitely don't mind.
A planned tangent. And it's one of the most important subjects of Buddhism.
I'm very excited about it.
So, and you know, I had this thing going on in New York where I would put together, like Tonglen. I went through 1,000 books, and I took the sweetest parts of Tonglen and I made it into an essay.
Right.
But not my words. It's just a string of quotes from other sources. And it's the best treatment of Tonglen I've ever seen. It hasn't changed. It's 50 pages on Tonglen. And I'd like to do the same thing with your book. It's not as if one person has given a definitive presentation. You could be the one. You know, you could put together the definitive presentation on the unique position. It's called the 8 unique positions. Okay.
Cool.
And I think it'd just be really cool to do. So it already fell into place. It just fell into place in the last couple hours.
I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing.
I think for me it'd be a lot of fun to go there.
Thrilled.
And I think it's good for everybody.
Yeah. Well,
We're sold.
I think we're all very
We're
excited.
sold. I'll pay anybody off who's not sold.
You know,
So we're going to have some famous authors contributing to our appendix.
It's like Famous Moon.
that guy for example.
We're going to have Chandrakirti. We're going to have Jayananda, who's a famous commentator on the Entering the Middle Way.
Blissful Glory.
We're going to have this guy named Geltabje,
Heard of it?
who wrote a book called The 8,
Uh-huh.
and I found it.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool.
Okay, he wrote a book on
Is this
the
called
8.
Gepa? Or
No, it's called Jejang. Jejang means notes to myself. Like he was just taking notes. He was reading scriptures and he made notes to himself about the 8
Made a
positions.
little outline.
Because he didn't want to forget what he read. And I do that. I just chop things out.
Yeah.
So he has a Jejang on the 8. And I finally found it.
Wow.
People kept referring to it. First they would say the great presentation on the 8. I couldn't find it for anything. And then I finally found it. It's called the Jejang on the
Is
Eight.
it buried in another book?
No, it's a separate work. It's a little too long to add as an appendix. It's about 20 pages, which is a couple of years of work. So I don't think we need to go through the whole thing, but maybe we could chop pieces out of it.
Cool.
Lodu Leksang, who I had great hopes for,
Right.
it's too spread out. He's just spread it out all over his book. There's no... That chapter is misnamed. He doesn't treat the 8 in that chapter. Somebody put that name on it. So I'm sad to say we got a bail from him. You know.
Did you check
But then I wrote to Art and I asked him, do you have any advice on this? And he said, Umachiden. He said, Keduk Dambadarye.
Right, it seems like this is what we were talking about a lot.
Well, I couldn't find it in there. And then I said, give me the page number. I don't see it. And then he said, there's like 20. I said, but I'm looking for 8. He says, there's like 20. So I counted them. There's exactly 20. Which really irritates me. But anyway,
Flying out here one day.
he's like, it's like 20, and it's exactly 20.
Oh.
Couldn't you say 29 and 21 and 19? So anyway,
We're gonna run
the starting point of this discussion of what differentiates the two Madhyamika schools is, okay, here's where Keduk Tenpa says it starts, okay? So I got this little essay for you.
Really?
Thank you.
And we can fill it in or we can take stuff out.
Yay.
Here it goes. Umachiden.
Tunmong ma yinte. Oh, pai. Keche ten pei gone. Ca she gongpa. Ndrawalan juk pei chi. Deyang yinte.
Yeah.
Should I?
Yeah.
Njapale. Look dini tunmong min pao. Shake he pa namki nge parjao.
Okay, good.
Shedang.
This is where, according to Keduk Tenpa it all started.
Okay.
Okay. He makes a quotation.
Superhero backstory.
Tumo me be Keche Tenpa gone. He engages, okay, I'm going to read it from the back. He engages Jukpa in a commentary on the true intent of the root text on wisdom by Nagarjuna, by giving a presentation on the unique features. I'll say it again.
That's got it.
He makes his commentary on the true intent of Nagarjuna by listing the 8, by listing the unique features. Okay, who's he? Deyanyente. I'll tell you who's he. Go to the commentary, and the commentary says, "Lung dini tumo mimbo." This system is unique. Those of you who have enough intelligence, you gotta try to get it. Okay? Kepanam. Okay? You gotta try to understand it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Is that a normal way of spelling sachet, like without a...
Exactly. Beautiful question.
Which
Beautiful question.
which one?
The spelling of Nagarjuna's most important work is by
Sashe.
Chakpe Jepa.
Chakpe Jepa.
J-pop. Oh. I mean... Anumanakirti?
Lemon.
Lemon?
Oh.
By
Okay.
convention.
Convention. Yeah.
By
Chakpe
convention
Jepa.
among
Yeah.
scholars,
Uh-huh.
we agree to misspell it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. We drop the S from Sawashiram. We drop the S from Shiram.
Shira.
Okay?
Which sometimes you also see share. Right?
And it
It's not
might
share.
be an echo. Echo means like when you name a book, if you can name it similar to a name that already sold well, it's called echo in marketing. It might be Yeshe. It might be the YE. It might be a subliminal reference to Yeshe. Ye, which has no S. Okay, that's my opinion. Okay, so anyway, yeah, exactly right. I was going to put it down, I forgot to.
That's it.
Sashe is the scholars
Colloquial.
corruption.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Oh, shit up.
it shows you're cool actually.
Yeah.
If you misspell it this way. It's like I'm cool. It's like wet. In Paris they say wet, right? Wet. They don't say we. I guess I heard that. I don't. It's a sign. I'm from Paris. I don't talk like you. Okay. So we got to find out which delpa.
Yeah, right. Which I guess you figured out.
Yeah. I'm not going to show you. Go read.
Yangang tak jedrak tu mawa nam ki kangden dam par mepa de umapa nam ki kunsop tu yinno nyam du sempa de teda gi kyang tenche ki tongi deni yang su ma shepa te kona te.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't get the blame.
Yeah, we all got that. I mean, I'd like help from anybody who wants to correct my pronunciation. I want to
So
be better.
I'll help you out.
Everybody.
I'll say supply the words. Those who say. Okay. Those who say.
Oh,
Kang. Okay. I'll tell you one more thing. Young. Those who say
And another thing.
that what the Cheda Mawas say is Dundam.
Ultimate.
Yeah, those who say that what the first school, lowest Abhidharma school, sorry Stanley, he's lower than you for the time. It's not like you're the lowest. Those who say that the detailists, what the detailists say is ultimate reality, is what the Umapa say is Kunzo.
Right, deceptive. Yeah.
Okay, those who say that the detailist version of ultimate reality is actually what the middleweight people describe as deceptive reality.
Yeah.
Okay, Nyam December Dedaki, those people who say that, Denji ki den ki deni yongsu mashepa kona. They didn't get
really
it
didn't get it.
at all.
Yeah.
They didn't get it at all. What? They didn't get the tension. What tension? Ume tension.
Yeah, the commentary to the middle way.
Not a commentary.
They're probably talking about entering the middle way.
No, they're talking about Nagarjuna.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ume tension, right.
Yeah, they didn't get.
Right,
They didn't
right,
get
right.
the real point. Dungi
Uh-huh.
They didn't get the essence
Yeah.
of the book.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
at all. Okay, and okay.
Yeah.
Somebody say it back to me whilst I eat it.
Those people who say that what the detailists say is ultimate, is real, is what the middle way people say is deceptive. Those people did not understand the essence of Nagarjuna's book.
Right, at all.
At all. The
Kona.
Yongsu didn't understand
Kona
it.
means exclusively didn't understand.
They exclusively didn't understand it superly.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Just kidding. Alright guys, you can fix my pronunciation, and if it's just so bad that everybody's just cringing that bad, then everybody's shut up. Vita jikten le de pe lende pe chenin jikten pe chedang chetung par is it par? Yeah. Mirik pe chirte lungdini tunmong mayin no sheb kepa nam ki ngepar jao.
There it is. Okay,
What?
there's what Kedup Tembadagi quoted.
Okay. Yeah. This is the line that he was quoting.
That's what he was talking about.
Got it. Yeah.
He said-
coming from Chandrakirti.
What did Kedup Tembadagi say?
This is the beginning.
Remember.
The eight positions started from this sentence.
Uh-huh.
The division of the positions started from.
Oh
this
yeah,
sentence.
this is where it starts. Look in the
Okay.
commentary, you intelligent ones.
Now, I just want to get this right. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go somewhere with this.
Here I come.
To say in this way
things that
that I would have put a meat symbol here. I want to work on that, okay?
yeah,
To say that there could be a
things,
transcendent truth.
and a worldly
Okay,
truth.
Jitenlen Depe.
Yeah,
And I would say, which is not equivalent to the knowledge of the world, is a mistake.
Okay.
because that's in keeping. It's
To
in
say
accordance
that
with,
there could be an ultimate reality,
yeah.
which is something not the reality of the world, is a mistake. And if you're smart, you better figure out what I just said.
Could be saying either though. Didn't he just make the
Yeah.
opposite argument? With
No.
Sung?
Because now we use two negatives.
He just used the opposite argument because he was
Yeah.
just saying then I guess everyone's
No,
sorry.
this says it would be wrong to say that what's beyond the world is of the world.
Right.
Right.
But that's the unique position of Nagarjuna. Nagarjuna goes to people and says, I'm a farmer. I'm a farmer.
Right.
I believe
Right.
a farmer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever farmers say, I say.
Right.
Aren't you taking it to the
Don't
next
think
level?
I'm some philosopher taken off somewhere. But my position explains why the world works. I'm not like beyond the world.
But also at this point in the text, J just said
Gyaltsab.
that, Gyaltsab J just said that if people understood the world as it is, if worldly knowledge was accurate, then we'd all be Arya.
No, I'm gone off to his other book.
Okay, but you
We're not
said this is
in-
the last thing he said. in that book, too.
Well,
would
don't
be-
worry.
it
This
would
is
be
all a big
incorrect
setup.
to say-
Okay.
What the point is, somebody just said the detailist version
Right.
of what's ultimate
Yeah.
is what the
Is
middle
that-
way considers
Deceptive.
deceptive.
Okay.
Well, there's. I
And
thought that's
this author says,
Okay.
no, don't say it like that.
right.
Okay, I see.
Don't say it. You don't understand anything if you say that.
Right.
Uh-huh.
He's saying you didn't get the essence of what
Yeah.
the version is saying.
We normally don't disagree with Abhidharmas. We don't disagree with farmers.
Right.
Our version of the world fits everybody.
So do you? So you think that there's a? We're missing a me.
If there's not a me there, you have to read it that way anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's at least giving the Vaibhashikas credit for being better than Jigdambas, as it were, like people of the world, worldly knowledge.
Oh,
Where?
Well, okay, I'll tell you what.
I didn't take it that way.
Let's go to the commentary by Jayananda.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm gonna pop. I'm gonna put GMR here. Okay. Later you'll thank me.
Okay. Thank you.
But let's just say I'm not putting words into Chandakirti's mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
This is Chandakirti.
Yeah.
This is the most famous commentator on Nagarjuna ever. And he says, don't give me some story that Nagarjuna somehow disagrees with the world. He's explaining the world. Don't say things don't work because they don't work ultimately. That's not what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't say things don't work because they don't exist ultimately. Nagarjuna says things only work if they're empty. Things only work because they're empty. I'm not denying what the world says. I'm explaining what the world says. Okay? It's a big deal in Nagarjuna.
Yeah.
Let's go see if we get some help from Jayananda,
Thank you.
who treated this same subject.
Right.
And he's the only other person.
Whoa.
Gonna.
Okay? Now, I'll give you some ammunition. When you say ultimate reality and deceptive reality, are you saying real and unreal?
No.
No.
That's the point.
Yeah. Right.
Okay?
And Gyaltsab has been
Deceptive
driving
reality
this
is
home, too.
real. Okay? It is real. It works. But it means it's coming from you. Okay, got it? So can we say transcendent equals that which is ultimate? That which is beyond the world is that... Sorry. Can we say that ultimate means beyond the world and deceptive means in the world.
No.
No.
No, that's the point. Okay, they are not synonyms.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Beyond the world doesn't mean we deny deceptive reality,
Right.
and of the world doesn't mean you're stuck with deceptive reality.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't equate these two things:
Yeah.
transcendent and ultimate,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
good.
deceptive and of the world.
Yeah, great.
Right.
Don't equate those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because our position explains the world.
Yeah. Right. Right.
And what the world thinks explains the world, science, is totally mistaken.
Right.
Don't equate of the world with deceptive,
Yeah.
and don't equate beyond the world with ultimate.
Mhm.
I think that's what he's saying. Now here's Jayananda on it. Okay, go.
Chitar shejawa la sopa sung te te jikten le mbepe che shejawa ni jedrak tu mawadang tang do de pe dun tam par tak pai kang yim pao.
Okay, good. He's quoting Nagarjuna, I think. Jita Shepani la sopa sungde, or he's quoting Chandrakirti, okay? Mm. When it says the way they think, okay? Jikten le depe chuni, when you say things beyond the world, okay? Chidatu mawadan do depanam, those two lower schools, what they consider BRT to be ultimate, Kangyinbo. And I think he's criticizing this idea. Okay, don't take it as some people take it, that what they think of as ultimate is beyond the world. Okay, don't think that. Ultimate and beyond the world don't mean the same thing. Why? Keep going.
Jikten pe chid tang chid tsung par mirik pe chir she jawa ni jikten pe chenam ni jikten pe jesu drang ne drup dup payengi dup payengi mitak pa ni dang tong pa ni dang tak oh where were we? Dak me pa ni la sok pa ni jikten pa ni le tuk pa ma yin no.
Okay. Now you got to get chutsumba and forget the word chu. Okay. Chutsumba just means equivalent.
Oh.
So forget that chu. Don't get confused by the two chus. Okay. So when you say jiktenbe chudan chutsumba,
Worldly things.
it means equivalent to
Worldly
things of the world. So forget the second chu. Don't even look at it. Okay. Equivalent to things of the world.
Yeah.
It would be incorrect. Shijawani. What does that mean? Jiktenbe chunam ni jiktenbe jesu dangni dupa yinki. To say that things of the world are only established by those who live in the world, who follow the world, okay? And, key, disjunctive, to say that high subjects like the real meaning of impermanence, the real meaning of emptiness, the real meaning of no self-nature, exclusively without a self, to say that these are beyond the world, Mayan.
You can't do it.
Don't say that. Don't make a division in Majjhimika between what's of the world and what's beyond the world. It's all of the world. And that's beyond the world. Okay? You alright? If you understand Majjhimika philosophy, it explains why seeds make plants. It doesn't deny that seeds make plants. Seeds that are loaded make plants. Seeds that aren't loaded don't make plants. We don't deny seeds. Okay?
What farmers believe.
We believe what farmers believe. The point is that there's a subtlety of our viewpoint where you go beyond thinking that these things don't belong to the world. Our higher middle way, accommodates the viewpoints of the world. And lower middle way does not.
Yeah.
This is Tumo Mayimba. This is
The unshared part.
Tumo Mayimba.
Yeah.
Our ideas, higher middle way, we are unique.
This is
You know,
what distinguishes.
we say the world is beyond the world. And we say if you want to find what's beyond the world, go to the world. Okay? This is our unique. Unique compared to who?
The lower, all the other schools.
Yeah, lower middle way especially. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, from that paragraph came the 8 great distinctions between the 2 middle way schools. From this section.
Wow.
Of Chandrakirti. Oh,
Yeah, of Chandrakirti,
yeah. Wait, this is
commenting on himself.
This is Jayananda, sorry.
This is Jayananda commentating on Chandrakirti, commentating on Chandrakirti, commentating on Nagarjuna. This is Chandrakirti's auto commentary.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
Okay? Don't think I'm equating beyond the world with ultimate.
Yeah.
And then just flip the detailas and the Madhyamika. It's not like that.
Right.
You know, we accommodate the world. Okay?
Accommodate the world.
And that is a unique position. Nobody knows how to do that except the higher middle.
Yeah.
Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
And Zen.
Okay, and we'll talk more about it. I think it's going to take some really clever translation. Okay?
So we're gonna
The
skip.
point is,
Skip some of Jayananda's.
yeah, I am going to skip some of Jayananda.
Okay.
And we can do it together or something.
Cool.
I don't want to spend a lot of time on it.
It's just my appendix.
Yeah, that's true.
So you pulled these out of Gyaltsab, so this is the ones we were already translating? Is that
Well, I started with Kedubje, right?
Kedra Tempadargye?
Yeah, Kedub Temdargye, who said all this unique position stuff started from this quotation.
Yeah.
Then I went and found that it was in Chandrakirti's own commentary to Chandrakirti. And then Jayananda clarified it. Okay?
We translated these 10 already, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm going to skip through these.
Yeah.
I just wanted them in the same document.
Right. I'll put it together.
He gives 10.
Yeah.
Okay? He gives 10 unique qualities. Now, Umachiden is probably the clearest presentation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, I threw in Gyaltsabje's book on the 8.
Right.
He did a whole book on the 8.
That's exciting.
But I started it with a summary of the book for you.
Yeah.
So you know what's in the book, because we're not going to read the whole book, because that would take you 2-3 years. Okay? But I made a summary of it for you. So you got the guts of his book. But actually, this is a lot more helpful. So let's read this together.
Dukta Opma Nam Tong Tun Mong Mayin Pei Ke Churki So Wo La Duma Yu Te Cao Wei Dam Cha Ye Churpa Yen Lak Tabui Dam Cha Dang Chepa Yu Pei Chir.
Yeah, good. Juta Okba Nam Dan Tumo Mayan Bikeche. Unique features
Yeah.
which differentiate us
From the
from lower schools.
Tao.
From the lower German.
Okay, he didn't say just from the Ramgyupa.
Yeah.
Okay. It's more general.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna start getting overlaps. You're gonna start seeing differences in the lists,
Yeah.
and I want you to get familiar with those first.
Uh-huh.
His 10 is not the same as his 8. Is not the same as anybody else's 8.
Right.
And I want you to be able to. I want you to be so familiar with them that you can say, "Oh yeah, that's 8 according to Gyaltsab, but it's not 8 according to Kedub Temdargye," or something like that.
Yeah.
I want you to be so familiar with it. You can say, "Oh yeah, that one is an outlier.
Yeah.
That one, some people say it's in the 8, but some people say it's not in the 8." Like, I want you to be like that familiar with it.
Okay.
You're going to be the 8 expert in the world.
Okay.
Okay.
It's great.
So you can take these unique positions, which are not in common with the lower schools. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Even the main ones. If you restrict yourself to the main ones,
Mm-hmm.
Tuma,
the numerous.
There's
Many?
millions of them.
Yeah.
There's lots of them, okay? But let's divide it into two,
Uh-huh.
okay? There's the Tsawe Damchage.
There's,
Main eight.
there's the root 8.
Yeah, there's what I call the 8 primary positions,
Uh-huh.
okay? And then there's the positions which you can consider extensions, tripa,
Oh, cool. Right.
or secondary, yenla, okay? You can consider them, they branch off from the 8, okay? They're not unrelated to the 8. They are implications that snowball out of the 8,
Got it.
okay? Which unfortunately happen to be 12.
To the art.
He just said it off the top of his head. You read it 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it's about 20.
Synapse Senior.
Good of all
Okay. Now, at the end of each 4,
Yeah.
he says positive ones.
Huh.
This goes to your text, right? Drupa and Gakpa.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, somewhere in here, Gakpa. 4 are positive statements, things are, and 4 are negative statements, things are not. Okay. So he has them nice and organized for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to read a little slower because I'm not getting corrected. Tong po.
Correct him, don't be shy.
Well, everybody.
Yeah.
If he's Tong po la ge ye te rang shin gi man du pa shu je bei ngo ne. Go ne. Yeah, I didn't mean to. I was too nervous.
Go ahead and
I'm
read.
just kidding. Takpa la tong ni ngun sun du tok nyong dang tang. Den zin nyun yup dang tang. Chiden yupa tang. Shikpa ngapor yupa tang. Chepe jupai jupe tam cha shida.
Yeah, so Kedab Demadargi has organized the 8 unique viewpoints of the higher middle way into 2 groups of 4. The first 4 are positive, the next 4 are negative, okay? By the way, but he prefaces them
Yeah.
by saying Shirshak.
Here's an explanation.
Shirshak. We had it yesterday, but that was a
Explanation of
long
the
time ago.
4.
Sure was.
Presentation of the 4.
They're
A priori. A priori.
A priori.
Here's what we agree on before we start debating.
Okay.
This is Shirshak means, we said Abhidharma Shirshak, right?
Yeah.
We have an Abhidharma hat on. Shirshak. Okay? It's very important when you walk into the debate ground, you say what school, you announce what school you're going to do, because otherwise you're going to get wiped out. Because they'll just take another school. Okay? Tonight, let's do Abhidharma, guys. Let's stick to Abhidharma, okay? I'm Abhidharma, you're Abhidharma. Even Buddha was Abhidharma. Okay? So let's stick to Abhidharma. Okay, Shirshak. Here's Shirche, same thing.
Shirche, okay. That's
Same thing. Okay?
Yeah.
What's the assumption here that we all agree to? What?
That there are-
Rangshingi Madrupa.
Oh,
Things
that-
are not.
Not naturally.
Yeah.
Not naturally. Okay? Now,
Not coming from the
distribute that to all 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't forget, I'm talking
Oh,
naturally.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay? Distribute that to all 8.
Yeah,
Because
you
in the
can't
end,
qualify.
they all come back to naturally.
Yeah.
Because even the lower middle way believes that fire is naturally
Ha.
hot.
Yeah.
Okay? Even they say that.
The lower middle way.
Fire could never be wet.
Uh-huh. That would be.
Which is close to saying a rose bank. You see what I mean? It's all the same theme. Okay? Okay, here we go.
So Madhya Shirche?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Not established
Yeah.
a priori.
Sorry?
Not established naturally.
No,
He's
it's.
an
No,
acronym.
It's
No,
right,
he
yeah.
says, I'm assuming
Yeah.
that all the 8, I don't want to repeat the adverb self-existently.
No, I get what
Okay.
he's trying to say.
No.
I'm trying to get how the Tibetan matches that.
He's saying
Oh.
Shirjepa.
Madhya Shirche.
It's a priori that things are Rangshingi Madrupa.
You'll need to unlock
No.
your iPhone first.
Yeah, it's a priority.
That things are wrong. That things
That
are not
rhymes
established as being natural.
In
to
each of the
themselves.
8, please add the words not naturally.
Rangshingi Madrupa.
Not established.
Shirshak.
Yeah, not established as being natural. Not yeah.
Okay? Shirche. Gone means keeping that in mind.
Yeah.
That I'm talking about ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
Right.
Okay, I read them all.
And another author will say, in the end, all of these diseases come from the same virus
Yeah.
called Rangshinkitupa.
Uh-huh.
To believe that anything could be natural.
Yeah.
All these problems come from the same source.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Papa la tong ning unsa de tong.
Aryas have experienced emptiness directly.
Or they do.
Yeah.
presence, yeah. But
If you're an Arya,
Yeah.
have you had a direct perception of emptiness?
So we're going to
Yeah.
phrase them as questions?
We accept or we don't accept?
Well, yeah, we
We
do.
do
We
accept.
do
Yeah, good,
accept.
because it's the first of the four that we accept.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you're an Arya, you have had a direct perception of emptiness.
Yeah.
Now, who would not say that? We don't know yet.
Well, it
Or-
could be
or
what
are
you
we
define as
talking
emptiness or selflessness.
Self-existently.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, we are saying full.
that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't go there yet.
Don't you think, though,
Naturally.
considering this is Inwachiden, it might have to do with the direct perception of emptiness versus the direct perception of selflessness, like Tongni versus Dakme?
Yeah.
No, we're gonna. Well, it could.
Yeah,
I'll say it could.
I think
I'm not
it
sure.
could.
Okay.
I think so.
And we believe that Denzin is a Nyundu.
Holding on to the truth is an obstacle to nirvana.
Ah.
So believing that things are, believing in the truth, maybe believing the truth to be
The
self-existent.
tendency to see things as real
Yeah.
is not a Shidu. It's a Nyundu.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, cool. That's
Okay.
kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And that's a specific Prasangika position.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
It's an
gonna-
obstacle to.
Nirvana.
It's actually, more correctly stated, it's a Nyomo.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Even Sugang disagrees with so far.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty.
Okay.
There's a.
This one's easy. Anyone who can't get this has to leave the room. They have to go outside.
They accept. So they accept outer.
There
yeah,
are
outer
other
things.
objects.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, there are outer. So should I? I'll just put it in. There are outer objects.
There do exist outer objects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who says that?
There are. Well, the
We do
prasangikas.
Good.
Yeah.
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 As well
So-
as detailists.
When you're in the bottom
Yeah.
of the flower, you say outer things exist. You get to the second school, you say no. You get to the third school, you say no.
No.
You get to the first half of the fourth school, you say no. And then when you get to the high school, you go back to saying, yeah, there are.
Yeah. Duh.
It's one of the only things that goes like this, you know? Okay?
I think it's only like half the lower half of the top school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Now, keep going. Oh,
Okay.
shikpa ngopur yupa.
Yeah.
Can the ending of an object function as a functioning thing?
That's what I was going to say.
Can it trigger the next object? You see? Can the ending of
Oh,
a
wow.
karmic seed trigger the result?
Well, but saying yes, it can.
We
He's saying.
say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which changes our opinion of how time works.
How's that?
You listening?
Exactly. I mean, I'm just.
Sequentiality
Yeah.
or something like that. Does one moment end and does one moment's ending trigger the next moment?
Right.
It's a long story.
Okay.
We'll
Are
get
we going to
there.
get there?
We want to get to the
Yeah. Well, that sounds fun.
I think we're going to spend a couple turns on this. Okay. Now, for primary, notice I said primary.
Yeah.
For primary positions, which are negative.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Did he say, by the
There's-
way, that the a priori
no
assumption only
foundation
applies to the first four?
He didn't say that.
Cool.
There's no foundation consciousness.
Yeah,
We don't accept apperception. There's no apperception.
good.
Or, let's see. What was the one that we said? There is no ability of the mind to focus on itself in the
To
moment.
see itself in the same moment.
Yeah. Rangyuki Tensik Mepa.
Yeah, great.
Rangyuki Tensik Mepadang. There is no.
Self-powered reasons.
Yeah, self-powered reasons.
Good.
There are no okay, I like self-powered reasons. Shenke Mindupa Dang Chepe
Yeah.
Gakpe Damcha Shidang Chepe Ge Yupe Chi.
Yeah. We denied that things could come from something else.
We deny that we deny
I
that.
think it's that. Anyway, we do things. Are things caused by something other than themselves? Okay, Shenke.
Of course, things can come from something else. That's the only thing that
That's a long story.
they don't come from themselves.
Okay.
Oh, we deny the position that they don't.
Well, we'll get there. Okay, now secondary positions.
They're saying.
Okay, secondary positions. Tripa
Tripa
Yanlak
Yanlak
Tabu.
Tabu La Duma
Tuma.
Yute.
There are many positions which are extensions, tripa, of those primary positions and can be considered almost secondary to them.
This is the first position? No, sorry. I'm looking at the Tripa Yanlak Tabu Duma Yute. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And these are interesting. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. Sortangi Gula Neljor Nunsum Jupadang. Neljor, thank you.
Okay, this you have to, this is a technical term.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lunsum Sema.
Direct valid perception.
There's a special case of it
Oh, yeah.
called Neljor.
Oh, yogic direct perception.
Yogic direct perception. It means what's happening during the direct perception of emptiness.
Yeah.
The Sanskrit is yogic.
Yeah.
You know, but it doesn't mean you're in Shavasana or something. Okay, it just means an altered state of consciousness in which you see emptiness directly.
Wow. What's
So-
Surtong.
You tell me.
This way.
Power.
People. This way.
Yeah, this way seems.
This way, see.
Soso Kewo.
Oh. Okay, so there is a yogic direct perception in the mind stream of Soso Kewo?
Yeah.
Soso-Kewo,
Is it capable?
Yeah,
Are they
yeah. I
capable?
guess it has to
We
be.
just said they are.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be. These are
This is-
sexy and interesting, and if
Yeah.
you learn them, you learn half of Madhyamika.
Because they
By
can
accident.
directly perceive subtle impermanence.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know.
Or
Say the
Chicho.
whole phrase.
Yeah.
I'm
There
sorry?
is a yogic direct perception in the mind stream of
A non-Arya.
of non-Aryas.
Yeah, of a non-Arya. These are sexy.
This is fun.
Okay. Now, next one.
Nyangde Niki Nangde Nang Ne Tangpor Hakne Nyangde Mundu Jepadang.
How much time we have?
We're
hour.
out of time.
I'm just gonna go through them myself. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Number 2. Of the two parts of nirvana, do you first achieve nirvana with a remainder or without a remainder? Different position.
Well, he just said what position we
No. I'm keep quiet. Do all forms of the truth of the end of suffering have to be ultimate reality? Is the meditative wisdom, which directly sees emptiness, the special one, is it, can we consider it a special case of cessation meditation? Do we accept good deceptive things as well as bad deceptive things? Can there be a correct deceptive? Okay.
Cool.
And we have a unique position on the point in the path at which you eliminate the two obstacles.
Oops.
Wow. Whoa.
Is foundation wisdom, which is a code word for lower ways perception of emptiness, apply to the wisdom of a non-arhat when they see emptiness directly? That's a tough one. Are all what do you call that? Are all conventional perceptions in the mind of a non-arhat impure? Okay. If something is the mind, if something is a state of mind of a non-arhat, right? Is its own perceptive ability pramana or not? Okay. Is there possibility of a pramana which is mistaken towards its object?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Right. Oh, that's like the rope and the snake.
If a thing exists, it must simultaneously be
Hidden and
obvious.
obvious.
All objects are
Hidden
are all three levels of reality.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's cool.
Then all kinds of
Cheche's memories, right?
Memories are
Yeah,
Tsema.
it's our valid perception, as opposed to what happens in the logic school.
etc. There are many. Okay.
Wow.
Valid perception.
Now listen. When you accept these 8 primary positions, they end up, in the end, they relate to our position that things don't exist in and of themselves. Okay. Now,
we should.
come on.
You just hit us with 10 back.
Okay, here's Gyaltsab Je's 8 from his book called The 8. He wrote a whole book on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You start in a few minutes.
That's not. And he divides them into 3. Shi Lam Dugu, like Tantra.
Right.
Tantra.
Cool.
She means the
Foundation,
original
path, and the
condition
result.
before you start studying Buddhism.
Right.
Path.
Original condition. Then path means while you're studying Buddhism. Devo means after you become a Buddha. He divides the 8 that way.
God's sake.
He wants to divide the 8 that way. And then he says, by the way, you can keep that division into accept and don't accept. It's true that there's 4 that you can accept and 4 that you shouldn't accept. But I think you should put them into 3. So he does both at the same time. 3 times 2. Okay? So I filled them in for you.
He's a mathematician.
Okay? Shikapsu, during your original condition, before you studied Buddhism, even normally speaking, you got no kunshi. Okay?
Wow.
We don't accept Rangten, which I hope means Rangitseneki Dupa.
Yeah, things.
Examples.
Yeah, right.
But it could mean
Yeah,
Rangitseneki
like
Dupa.
real outer
And we don't accept, I'm
Outer
sorry,
is.
we
That's
do
not
accept
outer
outer
objects.
objects. So you got 2 not accepts and you got 1 accept.
Wow.
I'm counting.
Except cheated,
Okay.
but not wrong.
Relating to the path, de konanito betapsin rangyu. Can you use a self-powered reason
Right.
as a method of seeing emptiness?
Right.
Okay.
Then it's more interesting.
Yeah.
Not generally is it a legal logic.
Yeah.
Can you use that
For the
to
different-
see emptiness?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a not accept.
Although wouldn't the question be because of
Rangre
self-reason
Kimilan, we don't
exists?
accept that perception.
Right.
Not accept number 4. We do have a special presentation of the 2 obstacles, nirvana and omniscience.
Omniscience.
Except number 2. Do lower way people see emptiness or not? Because according to the lower middle way, they don't.
Right.
They see,
They see
a
selflessness.
selflessness, a selflessness, degree,
Right.
a degree. Okay, so that's accept number 3. We do accept that lower track people see emptiness, which is
Right.
100% emptiness.
Right. Because
Same
they
as what a
reach nirvana.
bodhisattva sees.
Yeah.
Same as, okay, related to Buddhism, Buddhahood, we're almost there. Debu Kapsu, at the point of the result, how is it that a Buddha sees all things? Okay, the total number of things. How is it that a Buddha can perceive the total number of things?
Wow.
Okay. Four of these relate to accepting something. 4 of these relate to not accepting something.
Got it.
Then I went through his text. Here's his 8, as he actually states them. Wellmang, a great Lama, gave 8. They don't fit his, and it's going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah. it is.
So the 8 that you just did before, you split it up the way Gyaltsab J wants to split it up, but those are the 8 that we already listed from...
This is in his introduction to his book.
Oh, okay.
It's straight from his introduction. The non-bolded is him.
Okay.
I just split it.
Right.
But then when he gets into the text of his book, he says them differently.
Okay.
And then Wellmang has a different opinion.
Cool.
We'll do it some other day.
That's
Yeah.
an intense cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Next time in the exciting adventures of
Can you
That was
send
like
it to me one more
10
time?
Batman
This-
endings.
In
this-
case I
Once.
change something.
You did change a couple things.
Okay, you do the sashi, and I'm going to get this done.
Thank you, again. Sashi Pugi Jushin Meto Tram Rira Lingshin Inde Gempadi Sangye Shindu Mikte Uwargi Dokun Namda Shingla Juparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami gewa
Gewo kun Sunam Yeshe Tsokzoshing Sunam Yeshe Lejungwe Tamba Kunyi Toba Sho
Shogun